We've been gone a long time. We back now. You twins? Nah, we cousins.
There are legends of people with the gift of making music so true. It can conjure spirits from the past and the future. This gift can bring fame and fortune.
Will somebody take me in your eyes?
But it also can pierce the veil between life and death.
Listen here. This ain't no house party.
Shit.
Y'all ready to drink? Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink?
You want some?
You keep dancing with the devil.
Careful, boy. You're gonna bite off more than you can chew.
One day he's gonna follow you home.
We got us a problem, y'all. What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party.
This world already left you for dead. I can save you from your fate.
You don't need no saving.
Yes, you do. And you are? I am. Your way out. Don't cry. Is all better now?
Yes, I lied to you.
I don't believe in magic. Ghosts, demons. Just power.
Somebody please take me.
We gonna kill every last one of you.
I ain't mean to scare you. Thought y'all forgot about me and him. Come on, open the door, let on out of here.
Stay. That's you?
Of course it's me, open the door.
That ain't your brother.
Lied to you.
Yo, smell anything? I think I shot myself.
Ooh, man, look.
I could watch it over and over again, man.
No, dude,
over and over.
no. Man, there was so many things in there, man. I can't wait until they put some of the behind the scenes out there, so we can really be able to look and see, some of the different things that I know you was probably watching. I know for sure that I was watching. Yeah, I can't wait for that to happen, bro.
My other homegirl said, "Wait." she said she gonna watch. She gonna go check it tomorrow. I said, "All right,
Yeah.
you won't spoil it."
Yeah. Let me see. What did Tiffany say? I'm trying to look at the chat too.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany said they learned to play the guitar in 2 months for this role. Wow. So, Tiffany, wait a minute. Just that one cat, the young cat.
No way, really?
Yeah, let me see. She said the opening scene when you see Smoke leaning against the car, and then the camera angle pans and you see Stack right beside him. Yeah, that was fire. Yeah, that was fire. So, and of course, like we already know how you can do that. The whole multiplicity setup where you have the same character that appears multiple times in a shot. But man, the way he was interacting with himself, I mean, it's like I think that's some next level.
I've never seen so extensive like that and flawless. It was like, you see people doing stuff like that on like TikTok and all that stuff, and it's cool.
Yeah.
It's entertainment, But the way he did it, that was the real stage, man.
Man, because if we do it, we're not gonna touch ourselves.
We ain't gonna be taking hands on ourselves.
We're not getting ready to hand ourselves a drink. I mean, I guess if you did your research, you could figure out how to do it or whatever. I've got some ideas as to how it was probably done, some
Yeah,
of that,
yeah.
but just your regular, hey, we're finna put together some content and just put it out there. That's a whole different deal there,
I
Yeah,
mean, say the least though. Whoever's in the editing room on that.
yeah, yeah. But I heard him say that a lot of his connections that he's had on a lot of his productions were people who he met, while he was actually doing his master's in film school. And so a lot of those, yeah. So a lot of those ended up being, just nurtured relationships, man, that he's been using ever since that time, like all the way through Fruitvale Station and the Creed shows.
Hmm.
Ludwig. Ludwig was the one who did, a lot of the post production work on the Creed movies. Which did you watch Creed?
I saw the first one, almost done with it, but I was running around.
Oh, oh my God!
Man, I'm, I'm
How
hooked.
can you watch? How can you start watching Creed and stop?
So
Oh my
I had a lot. I
gosh!
had a lot going on today, but I was watching it during cleaning, and I started doing laundry. I'm watching it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is crazy.
You know what? I did like that. You see what Tiffany said in there? She said that they were saying that originally Jonathan Majors was supposed to play his brother.
Oh, okay.
I think I think that would have been cool because well, I'm gonna say this. I'll say this. In Creed 3, the you know the chemistry between Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors in the beginning when they were their youth, I think those two kids they really had a good chemistry. It was very believable.
Right.
I think by the time they became adults, it was. I mean, Jonathan Major's cool. I like him because I was definitely a fan of Lovecraft Country. But like I don't know, it was just a little different. It was a little different for me. But I could see that though. I could see that though. I could see
Yeah.
that. I could
Yeah,
see them being able to play off each other pretty good.
yeah, not to interrupt you, but if my battery die out, be back momentarily. I got two fresh ones right here.
Oh man, look at that! Look for all you cats that want to get out there and get in the video world, man. Camera models matter, and learn about that battery life. Learn about
Yeah.
those V blocks, those ways you can be able to plug in and be able to keep some juice in your battery. Because
Hmm.
shoot, look, yeah,
Yeah, I
but
should
be
be
good,
having
bro.
this plugged in, but the battery life on these cameras is so good. I have a lot of them, so
Yeah,
keep 'em-
yeah,
I rotate them back and forth on the charger.
yeah. No worries, bro. Look, if your camera go out, I'm gonna start running Creed 2 on there for you in place of you.
It take me about a second. I'm like,
I got you.
I reload just as fast as he did in that movie with the gun. Pop, pop, pop.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So man, camera movement. You know, what did you think about that? I mean, I know, like, I think I saw where he said that, like when he was starting off, that he was doing a specific type of handheld camera movement just when he was coming up in the game. So,
Mm.
what did you think about how the camera movement and stuff was? There was I can't think of her name, but another one of those nurtured relationships that he had, from film school.
Yeah.
Kind of ran the shot, man. But what do you think about the camera movement, man? There
Oh
was a
man,
lot of
it was
wide
it was it
shots.
was
Yeah, it
awesome.
was beautiful. Yeah,
It was, you know, not to talk about what I've learned, but it's some things through the years I've had to rethink, man. And before
yeah,
I was constantly moving that camera. But as you start to learn, and I'm sure, with him, is like
yeah.
you don't always have to move the camera
Right, right,
because you need to focus sometimes on, put it like this, you got to move the camera with purpose.
right,
If you
right.
tracking somebody, if you're doing a reveal, fine. But
Yeah,
there's times when that camera can just stay there and the movement in the shot, the
Right.
movement of the subjects can create that. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
visually just get you, observing. So yeah, but I thought um, there was definitely no unnecessary camera movement,
Yeah.
and it was just, and when he did move it, it was
Yeah.
for a great reason.
Right, right, right. Well, and we already know, camera movement and those things that really brought up the popularity of camera, because camera movement has been happening forever. Like I was telling you the other day, the whole Steadicam really came about. If you study the history of the Steadicam, it really came about, during the days of Rocky. I forgot the creator of it, but there was a guy that created it, man, and they had it for those boxing scenes,
Mm,
and I think the popularity of gimbals, a lot of the shots that were done very specifically back in the day, when they started to introduce, like electronic gimbals and simulating different camera moves with these different tools, I
mhm.
think it just kind of began to become a popularity contest, something more of the marketing gimmicks, if you ask me. And
Absolutely.
and trust me, I got them all.
Mm.
The steady cam, the
So do I.
gimbals, the handheld gimbals, the
Yeah.
sliders, and it's like, dude, now what do I want to do when I get ready to run out to a shoot? I want to grab my camera
Right, right.
and some batteries,
Believe it or
and I
not,
want to
I'm
go.
already on
Yeah,
my second gimbal, man. That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if I count, but I've got, I've got my steady cam, and but also, I've got an electronic gimbal. Man, I haven't picked that electronic gimbal up in probably 3 years.
Hmm.
Even shooting sports, I'm grabbing a glide cam because if I'm chasing anybody around, it's with that. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's just when you shoot with it, you get your shots. Then you throw that joke on the ground, man, and go handheld. I just prefer handheld. You know,
Handheld is just so more convenient, man. And
yeah,
as you get used to the camera and the feel of it, you know how to hold it, you know
yeah,
how to stabilize it, and
yeah,
most of the situations that you will need it for. So,
yeah,
I mean, gimbals, sliders, steady cams are all for specific reasons, man.
right.
But you
And
don't
see,
know that starting.
yeah, you don't know
I
that
didn't
starting
know
out.
that starting. You know.
Look. When you first starting out, you actually are under the impression that as soon as you pick that camera up, you automatically start shooting off smooth shots.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's like it never happens like that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You might be 6, 7, 8 seconds in before you finally get that joker right. Then it's like, okay, yeah. And then that's when the other things come into play, where
Right.
you learn about, weighing your camera down, using the different things you can use to weigh those cameras down so that
Hmm.
you can remove some of those jitters and stuff. And then, of course, when we shooting at a little higher frame rate. But I mean, even shooting at 24 frames a second and getting you some camera movement,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
good with it. I'm good with it,
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I say, for somebody that's just starting off, they'll think that, hey man, I got to get a camera that's gonna shoot 240 frames a second in 8K, and
Yeah.
I, but they're just things, and you don't know how to ask a question about something you don't even
Yeah.
know exists.
Speaking of that, man, in the movie, how many instances of slow motion did you actually see? I know one offhand, off the top. I know one.
Oh man, I'm sitting there trying to think right now. Without saying too
Remember, we don't
much,
want to
man, there's
spoil, but
yeah. Without saying too much, I think I maybe can spot, just thinking right off the top. I think three, like three.
three.
I think
Okay,
three.
so that's
Yeah,
more than I
I think
thought.
three.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
I
three.
I can think of one for sure immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
It,
Um.
they're probably the same one.
Yeah.
Little bit towards the end.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that one. That's the one that would be the first one I can think of. No, that wasn't the first one I could think of. The first one I was thinking of is I don't want to really say it because I think it might be a spoiler deal, so I'm just not gonna say it. And the other, I don't think. I don't think it was a slow motion deal, but I think there was some excellent camera work. As a matter of fact, I think they
Man,
said it was, shot at
freaking good,
24
man.
millimeter. Yeah,
Unbelievable,
yeah,
unbelievable, man.
yeah,
Sto-
yeah,
the story. I can't think of one thing that was not 100%, man. The
yeah,
story, the cast, the shots.
yeah.
What I liked about it a lot too, and there's a video. You probably could drop that in the description below for those who's watching. But there's a video where he talks about the different film,
Yeah,
stocks that he used and everything, and it was awesome because it did not have that super digital look, man.
that's right.
It
That's
had
right.
that, like, it just,
Yeah,
it did not. The cinematography was perfect,
yeah. It was fire,
but
but
it did not have that
oh
perfect
man, right,
digital look, which
right.
you
Oh, and they got him. I guess now it's gonna be the JT show. What's up, everybody? We gonna he gonna be right in there. So yeah, guys, let me look over here at the chat real quick and see what we got. Oh look, thank you guys for chiming in.
I'm back.
Yep, you back.
Bro,
You
I'm
back,
I'm quick with the trigger.
man. I see. I see. Yeah,
Ain't nothing. But yeah, it had that non-perfect. It was perfect, but it had that look, that non-digital look, man. I mean, like there's so many things you have to start rethinking, man.
yeah.
Like in our
It
films, man,
will.
like it's always
Yeah,
like you want your stuff to be crispy. Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Crispy,
yeah.
cool for like
Right.
music videos and stuff. Perfect.
Yep.
But
Yep.
for and it depends on the story you're trying to tell. Like
Right.
first of all, that was a the setting or the time period for that was not current.
Right.
So it was that if you think what year was that supposed to be?
I don't know. I mean, it was. I don't know. I mean, it had to easily be. I'm gonna say, 60 plus years ago.
Right.
60 plus years ago. I mean, it was. And it was also just from with information. I mean, it was shot at a place down in Louisiana. And so a lot of the buildings and a lot of the structures that you see were actually in those original conditions still, but they actually, put in work to bring them up enough to be able to utilize. So even, those critical places that we saw, I mean, those were actual authentic locations down in Louisiana. I mean, that whole, it was, like I said, it was very, very well put together,
Right. So
yeah.
if you think of this, if you think now in 2025, when you think back to those days, that looked like what you would think it looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
It just
yeah,
when I think of those times, that's the look that I think of. It was just, and then the clothes that they had on, and
yeah.
man,
Well, man, I mean, look, it's you can watch this movie, and as a filmmaker, as a content creator, you could definitely be inspired. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you said, from locations to set design to wardrobe, and the cast, the acting, the production, the music. I mean, if you're into that kind of, I think even if you are some, because most cats today, as far as a youthful audience, they probably aren't very familiar with that kind of music. But the way that they did that, man,
right,
it was like, and they found the right cast to do it. Like, Lil Buddy voice was fire.
Oh man, yeah, man.
Yeah, Lil Buddy's voice. I was like, it was just something about it. Even the way he talked, and he's a young cat too.
Super young, man. Super young. But he got some
Yeah,
old energy. He got
yeah,
some old energy, man.
yeah,
I would love to be a fly on the wall at that casting, man. Because I from what I know, you could add light on it, but when they do casting calls and all that,
hmm
I think that there's some people that are already in. You know what I mean? Because they already know this is who I want
yeah,
to do that. They're set on it. But
yeah,
I think that a lot of the other people are just straight up casting calls, even though they may be known people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
bro, they working for that. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's so now watch this. We talk about it all the time. How we say, there's no need to wait for Hollywood to call us because they're probably not. At least not yet. But
Mhm.
man, I'm like, dude, create your Hollywood right where you are. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I mean, those relationships. I mean, places like that, they're built on relationships. A lot of those things that we see, they come from relationships. Come from networking, come from getting out, and then it also comes from work.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
I mean, when you take somebody that's just like not professionally seasoned to do something, I mean, it's like being a walk on in football or basketball or whatever.
Right.
You know, you don't necessarily have to go to, or play high school sports. You put the work in, you get you a trainer, you can go and compete with the best. If you can become one of the best, the road is probably a lot harder, but it's doable. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So that's what I say about that, man. And we've seen enough people to, as far as in this game, that come from non-traditional, setups that are able to do it. And that's not to throw shade at anybody that goes a traditional way because they work as well. But I just think that, man, if it's something that you meant to do, you just gonna do it. I think he, as far as Ryan Coogler, when I was just listening to some of his story or a lot of his story, one of the things was that he was a football player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, in college,
Wow.
and
What school did he go to?
man, if I want to say it was I think he said it was a St. Mary's Catholic or St. Mary's something like that.
Okay. Okay.
I think out in California, but he
Mm.
was a football player, and and they say he had a teacher who, after he had a creative writing class, and a teacher in the class just noticed his art, his talent, and told him he should switch majors. I think he said he was going to become a surgeon.
Wow.
Yeah, and she told him he should switch majors, and he did, and he did.
That's
So yeah,
exactly
and
right.
look, they say there's no such thing as luck. They say luck is a thing of preparation and opportunity coming together
Mhm.
at the same time. I absolutely believe that, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, but
So
yeah,
shout out
man,
to Tiffany, man. She's rocking with us for the whole joint.
I know it, right? I know it. She say she was excited. She saw Saul Williams. Let me see.
Yeah.
Who's Saul Williams?
The guy that played the father, you know,
I've never.
I,
The pastor.
because all the shots of him were like very, very moody and dark. So I know I seen him somewhere.
We talk about the pastor, right?
Yeah, that's what I think she's talking about.
Okay, okay, okay. I need to go and look and see who he is.
But my main man, who's always underrated,
Who?
Delroy Lindo, boy.
Who? Oh no, he's not underrated.
No, I'm saying like I know, get what I'm saying. Like he's the man,
Yeah, he is.
but how often do you see a whole movie built around him? You know what I mean? Like but that's not his role, but he plays a very important part to every role he's casting.
Yeah, he does. He brings that
Hmm.
something,
Yeah, man, but majorly. And I mean,
Yeah, he
could the
does.
movie have even, of course, but
Right,
I
right.
couldn't imagine now seeing the movie without him.
Yeah. But I mean, other actors like that, they just become part of your favorites. You know, not even just based on you can identify with them more than other actors or whatever, but
Right.
Delroy Lindo, um, man, another one of my favorites. Aside from Wood Harris, Don Cheadle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, that Don Cheadle is off the chain,
He's
dog.
he's
Look,
a, he's a great
you
actor.
got
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta love a you gotta love a Denzel,
Hmm.
and Don Cheadle, Wood
Yeah.
Harris.
He would have been perfect in that movie. You know that.
He probably would, man. I just watched Rosewood again the other day, man, and you see Don Cheadle in there, and it's like, man, that dude is just he's just, I mean, he covers his range
Yeah.
is just crazy,
You
man. I
ever
think he
saw
can
him
play
in
anything.
Hotel Rwanda?
I did, I
He was
did,
great in
yeah,
that too.
I did see it in
Yeah.
Hotel Rwanda, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, yep, and let me see. But yeah, man. Look at. I saw a lot of posts earlier. Well, somebody made a post, right?
Hmm.
And you could tell that they didn't want to they didn't want to have a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that they did was they was talking about. They said, "I still can't believe this scene. You know what scene I'm talking about." And that's what they kept saying in the post. It was like,
Oh yeah.
y'all know what scene I'm talking about. They're talking about in the movie Sinners. It was like, y'all know the scene, and man, I promise you, every comment that came afterwards was talking about that scene without telling what the scene was.
Oh yeah.
And
Damn.
it's, you know what scene it is, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's like, because it was like one of the most powerful scenes in the movie. Remember we talked about how there came a point where there was just a traumatic turn in the movie,
Right.
and it's like, I think it's just universally known that it's that particular scene.
I might be off on it. I think I know, but maybe we
Okay,
discuss that after.
yeah, okay. So no, not the drool. Oh, wait a minute. Tiffany say the drool. She say, let me see. She said, oh, she was just saying this movie it was Rosewood meets Dust Till Dawn. I didn't see Dust Till Dawn.
You didn't see that?
Man, look, you and Tiffany both like scary movies. I'm not a scary movie dude.
Man, you better get on it.
I'm good. I'm good.
But
Look.
I think if we continue to keep doing these lives, man, my movie
Yeah,
my movie knowledge is gonna go up, man, because there's
yeah.
a lot of movies.
It is. Yeah, it is a lot of movies. Yeah, yeah. Look, you got a lot of movies to catch up on, dudes. You are missing some hidden gems, especially from a cinema. You should see, like, I'm gonna say, like, Creed 1 was cool. It was cool.
Mhm.
It definitely had some good moments in there, and it definitely has some great eye appeal, visually wise. But man, when you get to Creed 2,
Mhm.
and like when they go to Russia, or like when he fights the Russian, or like when he begins to train, because a lot of the aesthetics begin to change, and you can
Mhm.
begin to see his life begin to go from one level to another, like kind of as he begins to level up, and it's like the cinematography changes.
Mhm.
But it's beautiful, dog. I mean, it's like, man, it's the kind of, it's that emotional, cinematography that we like. It's the moods that we like, and it's just done very well. It definitely is more digital. It's not, it doesn't have that film aesthetic to it, but it's great. I bought all of them.
Yeah,
I
I'm,
bought
I'm
all of
I'm
them.
about to finish that Joker
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, look, when you finish it, go ahead and dip over in the part 2, and you'll see how they connect. You'll be like, oh, okay. And then even part 3 would make a lot more sense, because I know I told you, from a visual standpoint, you'll probably enjoy the third one the most, just because of the story. But the
Mhm.
third one, it doesn't have Rocky in it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. But so the first two do. But yeah, check them out. And Ryan Coogler did those as well. I think that's when Michael B. Jordan started to direct them or produce them.
Hmm.
Yeah. But
Oh,
it's, I mean, it's Did you see Fruitvale Station?
See what?
Did you see Fruitvale Station?
No.
Okay, so
I told you that.
So
To me, in like a couple of months, man, I'm gonna see all those. I gotta start. This is kind of what I'm trying to do. You know.
yeah, yeah. He said, "Look, Tiffany said you haven't seen Creed. Oh no." I said, "Yeah, get on it.
I
He
saw.
has
I
not."
saw. 3/4 of Creed.
Yeah, yeah. So check out Fruitvale Station. Fruitvale Station is a film that he actually did. I think it got picked up by a festival or was shown at a festival, but that one was the one that kind of put him out there. Like, you know,
Oh
I think I saw, man, it was like the budget on it was like 900,000,
no. Okay.
and I mean, it's I actually bought that movie, and I remember buying it. It's been years ago though, and for a long time, it was one of the movies that when I would be traveling or riding or driving or whatever, I would just have it in there playing, for entertainment, and that was how I even became familiar with Michael B. Jordan. Like I told you, look, I'm about to lose my card right now when I say I never really watched The Wire. I've watched like season 1.
I didn't finish The Wire, but I saw
Yeah.
most of it. The Wire is.
Man, I keep saying I'm gonna go back, and I just feel like now I've wasted. I feel like now I've waited too long to really be able to enjoy it. But I hate when I have to say I
Yeah.
haven't seen the whole
Yeah,
thing.
that's where he started out, man. Well, actually, someone brought to my attention that there was a movie that came out, I think, the year before that he had an appearance in. I don't know how in depth that movie was, but
Yeah,
I think that was his first, and then The Wire was like his, I guess his second. But he had a big part in that movie, man, and I mean in that series.
in the series, The Wire.
Yeah, he was a young dude though, man.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I
Yeah.
I didn't remember him. I saw some photographs, some screen grabs and stuff where he was in there, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go ahead and go back and check. But I remember this one cat I knew. His name is like his online handle was Avon Barksdale. so then when you was talking about that, I was like,
Right
okay,
there, boy.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, man, what in the world is Avon Barksdale? He was like, man, you ain't seen The Wire? I was like, nah, dog, I ain't seen it. I've tried to watch it, but I think every time I try, like I said, I probably waited a little too late before I was, before I actually checked out. That's
Oh,
probably the only one.
yeah.
Anything else, I've seen. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I think, man, just a fan, dude, a fan of the work, And you saw Peele is coming out. Jordan Peele is coming out with another movie too.
Oh yeah.
Did you? So they didn't show it. They showed that the preview.
Uh, what was it?
It was like a football movie or something, but it looked like a scary movie. But it was football.
Maybe. I don't. Yeah, I can't recall.
Now look,
So, okay. Go ahead.
Tiffany's a huge Michael B. Jordan fan,
Yeah.
and so she just said his first big movie was Chronicle of Fantastic Four. He was Johnny Storm.
Oh, okay. How old was he? Was that before The Wire, Tiffany?
Hardball and I Am Legend too. Who? Him by Jordan. Oh yeah, that's the name of the name of the movie is called Him. The new one is coming out by Jordan Peele.
I like his name. I like his titles, man. How he names stuff.
Dude, it's like but it was like football players and blood and killing, and I was it was like, well, you already know. I know you get into the scary movies.
Yeah.
And look, Tiffany is a scary movie lover. She can read scary books.
Right.
Hey, Miss Trina. Yeah. And so Man, I'm just not a scary movie dude, man.
You know,
Look, I was traumatized as a kid with a scary movie. So I got this story, right? So I'm talking about I might have been, man, maybe 7, 8 years old, right?
yeah.
And my neighbor, he was gonna take me and his daughter to the movies. We was going to see the Care Bear movie at the movie theater. So we get there, man, and the Care Bear movie was sold out. And so she said, "Ooh, Daddy, I want to go see Halloween." So we go in to see Halloween, right? And I never forget it, dude. We go in there, we sit down, and the movie's coming on. And next thing, this lady, she's running out to her car. And then as soon as she get in her car, turn it on, dude in the backseat jumps in there and chokes, and they have this steam, this train horn said, "Ooh." I said, "I'm ready to go."
Well, I tell you what, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I wasn't even allowed to watch scary movies. That was not a thing in our household. So definitely, and I was probably scared anyway. But
Yeah.
when I got older, man, I love horror movies. I love them.
Look, we're gonna have to put some of we're gonna have to play some of some of our flicks on here. Man, you know what? Look, speaking of which, I tell you what, man. Look, guys, you guys are in for a treat. How about I'm gonna have to show you guys this a feature press flick that I was absolutely honored to do some voice work for. Cause my man features, hey, look, we've been getting it in for a while. Don't worry, they'll be able to get in there and see here pretty soon, right, bro?
Yeah, well, working on it, man. Working on it.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, man, we're doing more than working on it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
let's see.
But yeah, the movie, man. It's what I don't think there's room for a sequel.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I would like to
I don't
see
think
that
so either.
stay as it stays. It was complete, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so
Oh,
either,
this is
bro.
what we wanted to talk about. What
What's
was your
that?
experience watching it at the theater? Where did you go?
Um, I went to a Cinemark theater. And I mean, it was cool. The experience is definitely different. And dude, I don't, I'm a huge movie fan, but I don't go to the movies a lot, to watch them like that. But I knew that I wanted to experience this one, especially after I saw some of the beginning of it. And I was like, I want to see one on film like this in a theater with some of the other bells and whistles. So, of course, when we go and watch a show or watch a movie, we're looking at it from a completely different lens now. You know what I'm saying? It's like we watching and looking at every single detail because it's something that's pretty near and dear to us, and we also want to understand it. Not so much as picking it apart, but we want to be able to enjoy it. But at the same time, we're watching it from more of a technical vantage point, and I'm cool with that. Look, we're paying attention to things like shadow side, camera side, light side, looking at what different things that they're using to create depth, looking at how some of the wide shots are composed, and what are they choosing to emphasize when they're actually doing close-ups, and they're trying to figure some different things out. All things that'll make us better filmmakers in the long run. I think to watch something like this definitely it's inspirational. It motivates you to want to try to achieve. But this cat is a master. But now watch. This cat is a master, right?
Hmm.
Just I think that Jordan Peele is a absolute beast as
Yeah,
well.
yes.
And but the thing that I like about them both is that you don't get the idea that they're trying to create mastery in redoing somebody else's work.
No, no, no.
But a lot of people that that are kind of out there now, they look at their inspiration and they try to mimic their inspiration instead of using the tools that you can learn or get from being inspired to create your own. And so you end up seeing a lot of things that we might think are quote unquote standard. And it's like, man, the standard comes from you. You know, you are your own standard. I think the other day I was just kind of walking around. I said, man, wait a minute, I am the content. And I said, let me write this down.
Yeah.
Let me send myself this in a note. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, man, there, the experience for me, like I said, as soon as the movie started, I'm even looking at the fun on the title cards,
Hmm.
you know. So, but it was cool. I mean, it was cool. You know,
Yep.
wasn't a lot of people, which was weird because on the chart, I mean, because it was kind of a last minute deal. You know, I was like, you know what? Okay, let's do this. And so it was kind of a last minute deal. You know, like, hey, let's go check out this flick. The preview came out about 3 months ago. Usually when something come out, I see it and I'm like, I'm gonna go check that out. And then I never go check it out. Then it's on TV or streaming or something.
Hmm.
But I was like, nah, nah.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, man, it was cool. You know, a couple of drinks, big box of popcorn. You know,
Yep.
too much. Sat there and
You
watched it.
went to a sit down eat theater to watch it.
No, man. I mean, it was actually what was it? The one I chose because like I said, I didn't want that digital look. I wanted to check out the other look.
Hmm.
It was the one. I mean, you know, it had like the little comfortable seating. You know, recliners. You know, heat, massage chair.
Hmm.
Walk walk in, the order is already there waiting for you. As soon as you get in, it's right there in the chair. Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was cool. But and that wasn't even like the next up. That one was sold out.
Yep.
And so,
I went
so
to
it's like,
actually a small, super small theater. It's. I haven't. I just started going to this movie theater. It's up in the mountain, um, ski country.
yeah,
Um, it's this small, quaint theater, man. But it's like
yeah,
perfect. It's like super, super clean, man. And it's never. That was my second time going to watch a movie there. And the first time I went to see a movie, it was nobody there but us.
yeah,
This time, it was us and two other people, two other groups.
yeah.
Um, but it's a very intimate theater, but it's not big, so definitely no IMAX type. But it was a
Okay.
like a very
Yeah, I
uh,
got you.
you know small screen, but the sound was dynamic. It sounded great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But next, when I do see it again, I'm going to see it in IMAX.
You want to go see it in IMAX, man? You know, and so they shot the
Mhm.
entire film on IMAX cameras, bro.
Yeah. But speaking
So,
of, okay, sorry.
oh no, I was just gonna say, as far as what you just said about the sound, you know, this was something I didn't really know about. But another thing that I learned about for this particular film was that they actually shot it to kind of cater to specific types of theaters,
Yes.
and even some pretty exclusive type theaters that I think it said like maybe 8 or 9 around the world, maybe that had these very specific things that you could do. I know like one of them was it was what they said. Let me see if I can get this right. I'm
Yep.
gonna paraphrase a bit, but the video kind of enveloped you, meaning that not only was it in front of you up to the from top to bottom and left to right, full wall or screen or whatever, but also around you in different parts. And I was like, man,
Hmm.
what in the world?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
speaking of this, the theater I went to, I think I'm gonna try to get. It's about 40-minute drive from. I definitely won't be going there in the wintertime because it's it's windy and it's up in the mountains for real.
yeah,
But it's a perfect theater. And speaking of, I got that poster. Guess how much I paid for that poster? They have in every movie I go to, I'm gonna check that because they have like a little display where you can just get the
yeah.
posters.
That's back in the day type stuff right
Yeah,
there.
guess how much that poster was?
How much was the poster?
$3.
Wow.
It
See,
was,
there you go.
and it
There
was,
you go, Tiffany.
and I think it was 2 for 5.
2 for 5. See,
Yeah,
look, and Tiffany just said that she would want to get that posted, man.
yeah,
We might have to do a contest or something when you go watch it again. See if we can't send one of these posters
yeah,
out there.
yeah. You know what? That's a good idea, man. I might
Yeah,
take a see because it's that type of movie theater where you don't have to go in and pay. You could just go in there and whatever. I'm
and
gonna go in
just
there and just search that thing, see if they got any more, and I'm gonna get Tiffany one.
okay. You heard it right here, Tiffany. Hey, and that's gonna go down. It'll be etched in
And
history what he just
and
said.
if they don't have it, I'll give you this one
Ooh,
because I got too much stuff. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna have to backtrack on that one. I'm, I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry, Tiffany. I lied. I can't give.
oh
I can't
man.
give that poster, but I will go there and see if I can get that one. And if they don't have that one, then I'll have to go on something and order it and get that to you.
And get it out there. Yeah. Hey man, look at here. Well,
But it's a full size poster, man.
what is a full size poster? Is it 2x4?
I don't know the exact
Is it 3
measurements,
foot by?
man.
Yeah, look like 2x4. 24x48. It looks like
It's
what it probably
pretty,
is.
pretty big, man. Pretty big.
Yeah,
But that's the one they have at the theaters.
man. Look,
That's the one.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it sounds like a cool little deal.
Mhm.
Sounds like a cool little deal, man. But yeah, man. So let me ask you the music. I mean, it was you almost can't say did you like the genre of music in the movie because they kind of hit you over the head with a few things, and
Yeah,
so there's no specific one.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was just which also lends to that whole thing of what people are talking about when they say that one moment in the movie, that unforgettable moment in the movie that makes it probably one of the best movies of the year. It's during that time. You know what I'm saying? So now I know you know what I'm talking about now when they go from this to this to this to this, and they just
Dog said that's the movie of 2025. There's a post. He said that's gotta be the best. He didn't even say it's gotta be. He said that's the best movie, and we still early in it. He said that's the best.
we still early.
I can't
I
imagine
mean,
anything being better than that.
I hadn't seen a movie. I hadn't seen a movie that was just that well done for a lot of the things that I'm looking for in a movie in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
mean, that's probably about the best way I can be able to explain that. It's just for the things that I'm looking for, looking at. I was entertained. I was not disappointed,
Mhm.
and I mean, I enjoyed it from beginning to end on there. So it, yeah, I did.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. So man, what?
Should we do a follow up maybe in a week or two on this, or just move on to the next, man? But this give us something to do.
Yeah,
Go check them.
yeah.
Oh, did you see Woman in the Yard? Did you see that?
Did I see what?
Woman in the Yard. I think that's the title. Woman in the Yard.
Woman in the Yard. Woman in the Yard. Nah, I hadn't seen that.
Oh yeah, you're not really big into the scary, but
Well, no, I told you I'm not into big than
right,
I'm
right.
not big into them doggone scary movies, man.
Yeah, yeah. But I meant to see that.
Yeah.
It's probably it might have another week in the theaters at best. It's like they change movies so fast now, man. But
So, Woman in the Yard.
I don't know if that's the name.
Hmm.
Tiffany, is that the name? I don't know. I think it's called Woman in the
You right.
Yard. Woman in the Let me Google that real quick. But it looked like it might be some. But I haven't really heard much about it. So
Look, Tiffany had me reading a book that had me putting it down every couple of after every couple of chapters because I was like, what in the world?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. Let's see. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, there we go, there, man. So you say you're gonna go see it again, huh?
I'm definitely gonna go see it again. I mean, as long as they don't take it out too quick. But
Yeah.
it's
I
gonna
mean,
have to probably be this week, man.
dude,
But, you know,
they said they're going to make 185 million to break even on that movie. It's not coming out no time soon. But yeah, so I
wow.
mean, it's a good movie. I think if this being Easter weekend might have probably even hurt the sales on some because
Right over here.
now it's got a buzz to it too.
Yeah,
And there are a lot of people saying, I'm going to see it again. I'm going to see it again. I plan on going to see it again.
I'm gonna see it again. Probably this weekend. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I can't call it, but I'm definitely gonna see it in IMAX.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah. Yeah, I saw a couple of things that, in my head, I'm like, I want to recreate that.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know what
me
I'm
too.
saying? Yeah, it was like there was a lot of different ones. Like, but I was trying to also pay attention to the movie,
Hmm.
and so I was going back and forth. Just
Yep.
kind of going back and forth. But now I'm like, yeah, I want to go back now. This time, take notes.
Yep.
I enjoyed it the first time. Now I want to go back and take notes and see what we can put together. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
see what we can put together. Man, look,
Yep.
let me see. Tiffany said it's already almost at 50 million. Yeah, they got a little ways to go. That joke ain't coming out no time soon.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. We'll get back and we'll figure out some other topics and
Right.
see if we can grow the audience.
Oh yeah,
We
for
appreciate
sure, man. This
everybody
is
that did stop in. You know.
yeah, man. We got we're gonna call this the family right here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, we got so now we're gonna have to put one of our films up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we got
That,
look,
that that'll come.
we got to put we got to put one of our films. No, I'm talking about right now. We're
Oh,
gonna put
hey,
one of
man.
our films there right now. Let me see. Hold up.
You at the
Once everybody,
controls, so I don't really.
you said what?
I say you're at the controls. I don't really have the.
Hey man, look, you doggone right. Here, I'm gonna put up there right now. So you don't have enough time to get no
What are
popcorn.
you
But go
putting in
ahead
that
and
little trailer thing we did?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me check it out. Let me see.
We better find it before
I'm a
they
little
get
bit
here.
on delay, so yeah.
If they want him that bad, they'll find him. He can't outrun the past. He went down a hole we didn't tell him to dig.
This man holds the key to the darkest secrets. That was not the plan.
He knows too much.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
What if we leave him? Fire, bro. We're gonna go ahead. And collect our flowers now. Hey, look. Hey, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. People, they need to know. It's coming. It's coming. What your boy say? Your boy Prime say? He said, "Man, we coming, right?" Hey, that's what
Yeah,
it
man.
is, man.
It's one of them things, man. You better
Yeah.
better get the buy the rookie card now.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, I like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. So yeah,
Card now.
yeah.
Hmm.
Mm. And let's see here. What was that? See, they made 600 million worldwide. Okay,
Wow. So
yeah,
they in the green now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, looks, it was a hell of a movie. It was a great movie. You know what? Now, man, you about to get some homework, bro, because you're going to get caught up. You can't really be a Ryan Coogler fan, man, if you haven't seen
I
all
saw
of his
Black Panther,
flicks. Yeah, but I mean, that right there was megatropolis of movies. The whole world
and I
saw that
saw
one.
and I saw 3/4 of Creed.
Man, look,
I'm gonna finish that
hey,
up tonight.
yeah, okay, finish Creed up tonight. So since you new to it, then I need you to go ahead on and rock the second one, and then we're gonna chop it up about
See, the
the
thing is, I
cinematography of the
gotta,
second
I
one.
have to diversify my selections because there's certain type of movies I don't like. Like I don't
I,
like,
I
I don't
know.
like sports movies. I don't. I hate sports movies.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So
So you never,
boxing is
so
a
you never seen
sport.
Coach Carter?
Box-
You never seen Coach Carter?
Absolutely not, man.
Oh my
I
god.
can't. I can't.
What
But
do you think it's gonna
I'm
be?
gonna
What do you
have
think
to
it's gonna be
start
like?
watching these movies, man.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to start watching them.
Man, you doggone right you gotta start watching. Man, you selling yourself, man. How in the world you gonna dude, you can't go to the other side, man, and you ain't seen the movies yet, man. So you wait a minute. So you didn't see the Bad News Bears either?
That
When you
old
was a little
one,
dude?
the old one.
Yeah, the very first one with Walter Matthau.
Yeah, I saw that. Like
Oh,
I
okay,
can't
okay,
remember it, but I saw it.
okay.
You know.
Man, that right there should have had you hooked on the sports
Yeah, I
movies,
just
dude. The,
can't.
the
You know.
underdog story.
I didn't see no blue chips with Shaq.
You know, I remember watching that one in college. So that was like, early 90s, but I remember watching that one in college. So let's see.
And I don't
Coach
like
Carter.
um
You see the Mighty Ducks?
no.
Oh my god.
And I don't like I don't like singing movies. I don't like what is it? What this is the start because this was kind of about it had singing in it, but I don't like Nah, I ain't even gonna say that because I'm not trying to get ridiculed.
What's that, man? So did you,
I can't.
so you didn't watch Dreamgirls then? Is what you're saying?
Nope.
Oh man.
And I can't tell you that I haven't. Nah, you know what?
Oh man.
I'm gonna take accountability.
There
I'll
you
tell you
go.
something I never saw. You gonna go off. You and Tiffany gonna go off on me.
What's that?
5 Heartbeats. Never seen it.
Oh man, I'm about to pull your card on that one, dog.
Nah.
That's
Oh, here's
so
another one.
cool. Man, no, don't tell me no more, man. We trying to gain an audience, man. I'm gonna have to run this joker solo. When
Yeah,
you
I don't
say
like
you haven't seen the
musicals.
5 Heartbeats, oh my
Candyman, I saw.
god!
Yes, I did.
Of course you saw Candyman. I bet if Candyman had a hockey stick, you watched that joker.
Yeah. Hustle and Flow.
You saw that one?
Nope.
You know what? Hustle and Flow was cool. I mean, it was to me it was Hustle and Flow was cool. Yeah, Hustle and Flow was cool. I mean, it was. I just didn't like Terrence Howard's accent, but then he got real famous for the whole Maine thing. Just Maine. But I see another movie I like. It was a Hughes Brothers movie. Another good set of directors that I like, man. Dead Presidents. Did you see Dead Presidents?
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Okay. I gotta check and make sure, man.
That's
Because
the reason for me to just start seeing movies because people tell me they're like, "What? You didn't see that?" But then when I do see it, I'm like, "Oh man, how did I not see this movie?"
yeah, when you see it, but that's what I'm saying, man. Okay, so have you seen The Inkwell?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Didn't see Straight Outta Compton.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's not a musical, dude.
I don't like
It's
a lot
more
of
of a
hood movies,
documentary.
man. I don't like a lot of hood movies, but I know there's some great direction and actors and stuff like that.
Oh man, dude. Let me see. Straight Outta Compton. That's not. That's
It's
not
kind of
really a
musical,
hood movie. It's more. It's not a musical.
like a documentary.
It's more of a documentary.
Okay.
Except the thing is, we live through the documentary, so you get a chance to re-experience a lot of those different.
Oh, I
things
love the
that's
music. I love NWA. Love them.
Okay, but now,
They did, but
this is the story. But this is the story behind it,
right.
and a lot of other things that was happening around it. There's a lot of tangent stories around that, man. You can begin to put some other stuff together, even when you're going through it. So watch it. Did you see Notorious?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, there's a difference. God, talking, dude. Okay, so there's a difference between like Dreamgirls and and the 5 Heartbeats and Notorious and Straight Outta Compton. You know what I'm saying? Look, but I guess for me, I've always been one of those. If it's entertaining, I can watch it. it doesn't have to be blockbuster. It don't have to be, Die Hard, trilogies, quintuplet movies. It just got to be entertaining for me, and I'm good. But there's some movies that have always, inspired me in different ways. And those are the kind of movies that I really like to watch. But I can pretty much watch anything. You don't have to you don't have to always be like a blockbuster. But I like movies that inspire me, and either I'm inspired by the story, or I'm inspired visually. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like, what I'm gonna tell you, man, is that there's some cinematic gems in Straight Outta Compton. There's a lot of scenes in Straight Outta Compton that you would be very, very familiar with just because other people have used them after that in other flicks. All the way starting like at the very, yeah, you gotta see. Again, like I say, it's not like song and dance, type musical type production, Broadway type deal on screen. It's not like that. It's these are films. They're like documentaries that's been actually turned into films, but they're telling a story. They're still telling a story. You just got to check them out, man. You tripping, dog. I mean, I can't believe you've been neglecting that part of your life, man. Come on, Feach, man.
You gotta. One day I'll break it down, but you gotta know my upbringing before you.
I got you.
Pastor.
I got you, man.
But
Yeah, I got you.
but I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah. I mean, look, you've told me before that you didn't like like musician movies and like a sports type movies. And when you told me the first time, I was like, man, that's what I watch. Look, I'm watching a series on Netflix right now that's all sports, and it is. Well, it's not musical, but it's drama. It's drama. It's fiction. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, inspiration.
Yep.
I like documentaries. I love the I love the stories that are true, but they've been made into movies. Those are the things that I enjoy. Like this movie we just saw, Sinners. It's a fiction movie that I can get on with. I'm not a horror type movie person. Like, look, and a certain person always mess with me, but Final Destination, dude, I'm straight up walking out.
What?
Oh man, look, man, when I seen that ladder go through dude's head on the ground, I said,
That's awesome, bro.
I said, it's a wrap. I'm out of there.
The more gore, the better.
Oh man, no, not your boy. I'm not. Look, not your boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, man, you gonna have to. I mean, there's like I said, Straight Outta Compton, man. It's got a lot of cinematic gems in that Joker. The Notorious was a good movie too. I mean, like I said, those are stories. I like seeing those stories come to screen like that.
Yep.
And Straight Outta Compton was an inspirational story.
Yep.
It really is.
I gotta check it, man. I gotta check it.
Yeah, we're going to check it, man, because we've got some different producers that we definitely want to be able to look at. Well, some different directors that we definitely want to be able to look at, and kind of discuss styles and stuff. Because a lot of styles that we see now have come from some of those film directions, man. I think there's another movie that I liked, and it's not a musical. It's more of a documentary. But the Temptations movie was good. I know you haven't seen that one either, right?
No.
My man.
No.
My man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Temptations. But
Didn't
again,
see,
the story.
what's that? That Tina Turner? No.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the Tina Turner.
But I know these are good movies, and if some I probably will, but I'm about to cut it off right now, and I'm gonna go because wait, what time is it there?
Oh, it's 10:30.
It's 11:30 here, so I'm gonna wind it down.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put the rest of Creed on. I'll probably have like Where am I at on that? Um, oh, he hasn't fought that guy yet. When the guy from is it Mexico?
I think he from.
The guy's
I think he from.
trainer reaches out to Rocky
Yeah, yeah.
and says,
London,
let's fight up.
somewhere like that. I think it's from London.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
Because he
man,
wants. Oh yeah, because he wants his guy that's possibly going to jail.
right, right.
He wants to make money because he's going to use
Yeah,
the
right.
name, knowing
Uh-huh.
that it's an easy win. I'm sure it's not going to be easy, but I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, yeah. Man, you gotta check it out, man.
Mhm.
You gotta check it out, dude. Cause like I said, it's for me.
Oh yeah, what's love got to do with it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the name of it. Let me see. That's the name of it. Yeah,
Wait,
man.
does Tiffany just is that her full time job? She watches movies because she's seen that like freaking every movie we talk about.
Man, no, it's not. It's not. And if you let her tell it, she gonna tell you she don't even watch a lot of movies.
Oh, okay.
But she probably read 3 books a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she probably read 3 books a day.
Yeah.
Boy, King Toddy, big fella,
Oh, he's in there. He's in the building.
big big fella. That's him, the sneaker man.
Yeah, yo, you got to see this dude's videos, man. He got some new videos. I think he's shooting them himself.
What I've
Fire,
seen a couple of things
Chris.
that he's done before. I hadn't seen anything in here recently. I just hadn't been on there in a good while, really doing any posting and stuff myself. But it's usually been pretty cool, man.
Yeah, he got some crispy videos, man.
Man, look, that doggone Tidy man. He got some fire tracks already though.
Mhm.
Yeah, and look, when I hear one, I let him know, hey man, this right here is fire, dude.
Yeah, man. He's coming into it
Yeah,
own.
yeah. That's what it's about, dude. That's what it's about. See,
Mhm.
look at Tiffany. She said she a movie, but yeah, Tiffany she read like 3 books, but she got like 4 or 5 books out there on Amazon right now. She need to put them out there so the people can see. Go ahead and drop them links in there.
Drop them in
Let
there.
them know. Yeah, drop them in there.
There's a network here.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Well, look, man, you going to have to let me know. You going to let me know what you think, because we definitely going to talk about. Like I said,
No, Creed is must see TV, man.
yeah.
How long ago that came up? The first one?
Oh, it's been a minute, dog. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Because he do look kind of young in there.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I think that was. I think. Man, I want to say Creed was before Black Panther. Yeah, Creed was before Black Panther.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Black Panther came out like in what 2012, 2013, something like. Wait a minute, nah, that was. I think that was when Straight Outta Compton came out. But yeah, it was. It's been a minute. But man, when you get to the second one, I'm telling you, bro, when you get to that second one and you start seeing the cinematography, now you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, this is,
Mhm.
and it's like he took what they did in those original Rocky movies, man, and just brought them to 2020.
I like how he did that, man. You definitely. I've watched the Rockies,
Yeah.
so
See, them,
I
yeah.
that
See, man, I watch them kind of
I
movies
like
at
how
night.
they fused the
Yeah,
idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Man, story. I know you say you finna go. I know you say you finna get ready to go, man. We gonna shut it down. It's probably been what about 20, 30 minutes, something like that. Time flies when you're having fun, but storytelling, man.
Yeah.
In this movie Sinners, did you see any? Did you feel like there were any stories that were left untold
Nope.
all the way to the end? All the way to the end, you don't think?
Uh, I think at the end they cleared it up. If we're talking about the same thing,
Okay.
um, but I did mention. I think it was. I'm gonna have to definitely dissect it a little bit more the second time around. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure that I make some mental notes of something that
Yeah.
happened at the beginning, and then when I revisit it, when I watch it,
You gonna
and
check it out. Yeah. I honestly, like when he first comes in the beginning, when Sammy first comes in the beginning, and the way like his appearance, I thought something else had happened. But then, you kind of find out later what actually happened, and then at the very end, you see who he was, and it's like, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I guess that didn't actually happen. I was looking at what he was holding in his hand, and I was checking him out. I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
somebody kind
we'll
of
have to. I'm
yeah,
definitely. I think I'm about 80% sure that I'm going to see that movie again. But I also
okay,
have to go to the movies on Friday.
yeah,
That's already a done deal. I got to go Friday, so that's a drive-in movie. So it's not going to be Sinners.
yeah,
So I mean, what am I going to the movies twice this week? I don't know.
yeah. Well,
Um, yeah, because it's the opening of the drive-in. I'm a regular at the drive-in.
I got you. Well, look, bro, I tell you what, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. You gonna get caught up on your sports movies, right?
I'm not watching no blue chips, man.
You ain't got
I'm not watching blue chips.
look. I don't even remember. I don't. No, I do remember Blue Chips. Blue Chips was the
Oh,
whole
and I
one.
am not watching. And I am a huge Jordan fan, but I am not watching. With the one that LeBron redid.
Oh nah, those
I ain't
kinds,
watched that.
those kinds of sports movies are not the kind of sports movies I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the air up there and the cartoon movie.
Nah, nah,
Yeah,
nah,
I'm not.
nah.
I'm talking about again, like I say, the ones that are based on a story, an actual story, like a true story, the documentaries that's been turned into films, like Coach Carter, that was a true story. And I mean it was an awesome movie, you know.
Wait a minute. Sorry, I was just reading the comments. So both there were two. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think that I see both of the after credit ending. I saw the one when it. How how many? She says two. Which one are you referring to? It's two because I know I remember one.
Yeah, I remember one. You know what? No, I do remember two. I do remember two. Yeah, there were two after credit. Wait a minute. Now I'm tripping. I'm tripping now. So
I
there was
remember
one, and
one.
then it just kind of paused off a little bit. Then there was another one, but that seemed like it was definitely the end, though. Look,
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to.
credit.
You never
Yeah,
know who's
I don't. Yeah, yeah,
watching, but
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
we
Yeah,
won't
I
spoil.
don't want to bust out and say it. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
look,
We'll
so look,
figure it out.
yeah. And look, that's what I was gonna say, man. So how long we gonna give them before we come in and just put up that spoiler alert and really go in? Because I want to talk about this huge moment, man,
I
and
would
how
say
it made
let
me
it
feel,
play
man.
out till maybe next week.
About a month, about 30 days,
Yeah, about 30 days. But
about
we
30
gotta
days.
ride it
Yeah,
when it's hot too. Like it's
yeah,
fresh for
yeah,
ratings.
yeah. Hey, man, look, I tell you what. But I mean, there's a lot where this comes. So what about action, dude?
I like action.
You like action? So watch it. I just saw Equalizer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My
I'll have
mom
to check
look,
it out.
oh, you haven't seen it?
None of them.
Okay, so my mom, man, when she said you need to watch Equalizer, I was like, ain't that the Queen Latifah type stuff? And I was like, I'm not really into that, mama. She said, no, you need to watch Equalizer, and it's a Denzel deal, right? Finally, I watched it, and then I ended up watching all three.
I love Denzel. I love him,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
but I don't. It sometimes you could be a victim of because a lot of people binge with their
yeah.
significant others. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I
And
got you.
that could hamper you really watching certain things. Like if
Right.
I like Denzel and someone doesn't like Denzel,
Yeah.
then I would have to watch Denzel on my own. But
I get you.
time
I
do
get
I
you.
have where I could do that? You know what I mean?
Right. 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 You know, so for me, it's crazy because I don't go to the movie theater a lot anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And probably because I've grown accustomed to liking what I like and what I want to see. That's what I want to watch. And then if I think it's not going to be that, I just kind of don't give it a chance. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I'm trying to open more for that. Even I might even go check out a scary flick one day.
Yeah.
But look, like you say, the gory stuff. Oh man,
But let me just say one last thing before we go.
go ahead.
Do you think that Coogler is consciously trying to get people back into the theaters? Not to say people don't go to the movie theaters, but as a family, like he is that part of the reason he's putting it, making sure it's out in all these different formats? Do you think he's consciously, or that's just part of? Do you think that's a thing that he's trying to do?
You know what? From listening to some of the interviews that I've seen, it seemed like this particular movie was him paying homage to some past direction of his own family.
Right. He
And
mentioned
so
that
that,
on the movie.
yeah, and so he also said that for him and his family, going to the movies was a special thing, and so he wanted to be able to bring that. So I guess time will tell whether or not this is a vibe that he wants to like really try to bring back.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's almost kind of like saying we're gonna bring back CDs. Man, life has become a thing of convenience, and we're
Vinyl
gonna
came
have.
back. Vinyl.
You say vinyl is coming back?
It's been back.
Yeah, but for who?
Purist.
Yeah, but
But I'm just saying, you got to think
yeah,
about it. Like companies have started producing vinyl. Like for a while,
really,
not even produced, but now you can go in certain stores. You can go to Walmart and buy vinyl now. There's got to be a market for that.
really.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've seen a vinyl record in a long time, man. It's all about the streams now. Even with video, man, it's all about the
Yeah,
streams,
but I just
free
think that,
streams.
I think that there's people that can control that market, man. Like,
You
it,
think?
you know, yeah, I bought some vinyl. I buy vinyl every now and then, man.
But see, that's But look, you a different
That
kind of cat.
sound, you know what I mean? Like the sound of it.
Yeah,
Like these people today that not gonna really,
they don't. Yeah,
they
yeah,
don't even know how to like.
yeah,
If you listen to,
yeah.
it's a difference. It is a difference.
It is, and but it takes a certain kind of person to appreciate those nuances when it comes to sound. And I already know that you're one of those types of cats.
Hmm.
But some people, it's kind of like when you get in a car. You get in a car with somebody who they've got subs, they've got amplifiers, EQs, spectrum analyzers, and they really enjoy their music.
Yeah.
But then the other person gets in there, they're just like, "Oh, it's too loud." And you be
Right.
like,
Right. Right.
like, get up out of here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they don't care about that. They just want to hear the sound. That sound could have static and cracks in it and everything.
Love the cracks, man. It's just
I
awesome.
know, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean, and that creates. It's like watching a movie on film. That creates that aesthetic, that environment, that vibe and that feel. That when you hear in a track and you can kind of hear that record player noise, that little over the top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Look, I think it's somebody said it's been about an hour and a half, man. We
Wow,
got
we was
shut
on
it
that
down.
long, huh?
All right, man. Look,
Good for ratings,
we
man.
yeah. Look. We'll talk about this stuff all night. But it's only so much we can really talk about when we don't want to play spoiler alert. So,
Right, no doubt. But yeah, we gotta,
you know what I'm
come up
saying?
with some other conversations, man. Hope
Oh yeah,
whoever watched enjoyed it, man. And thanks for having
yeah,
me on, man.
yeah. Hey, look, we appreciate everybody for coming on and chiming in. Follow my man Feach. If you're not following him, he's at Feature Presentations here on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's got some great content. I can say that I've been a part of some of Feature's projects, and he's been a part of some of mine. And you know, we've been working this collab thing together now for a couple of years, even if it's just in discussion. So we appreciate everybody for coming out. And man, look, everybody enjoy y'all's week. Hope you had a wonderful, happy Resurrection Day, and you all have a very good week. We're gonna be out.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, guys.
All right.